Welcome back to day 4 of our 14-day crash course. In this segment, I want to talk to you about recruiting couples. I've trained a lot of churches, and I understand there are many variations. So what I'm about to share with you, you can custom build it to your liking. I'm here to serve you, but I do want to share with you some best practices and what we've observed. The first thing is I get a lot of questions like, how many mentor couples should we train in our church? And the answer depends on how large your church is or how many people come. A general rule of thumb is I think that training one couple per 100 people in a church tends to be a pretty good number, a good ratio. So if you're in a church of 500, we probably want 5 mentor couples trained. If you're in a church of 1,000, we may want 10 trained. Now listen, to get 5 couples who are trained and dependable, we may need to train 8 or 9 couples. If I need 20 couples who are trained and dependable, I may need to train 25 or 30 couples because there's going to be some it's not for them and they're not very dependable. So those are some good rules of thumb. Now listen, how do you recruit them? Quite a few different ideas. Number one, you can send out an advertisement. We'll help you with this. We have a flyer that we can send you. And basically it's saying this to your whole congregation. If you have a healthy marriage, healthy walk with God, you are invited to come to a mentor training that we're providing. Whether that mentor training is done video, live stream, or I'm there on site live, doesn't matter. You can still use a flyer that's getting the word out so that people can register on your church website for your event. That's what I call a wide and a large invitation to your church congregation. What I like about that is that we're always looking to get couples to come forward, get involved in ministry for the first time. The mistake a lot of churches make is they don't invite couples from the whole church congregation. They hand select only, which is another option. You could say, nope, we're going to hand select couples that we already know are proven and been tested and they're marriage mentor worthy. Well, that's great, but here's the problem. Most of those couples are already giving and serving and doing. They're already in your 20% of the congregation who give and serve and do, and they already have many other commitments. I do think we should open this up to them because, frankly, some of them, marriage mentoring could really be their calling. However, if you're going to limit it to just them, it can create a bit of a challenge. Again, it's because they're already doing so many other things. Another idea would be to sit down with your staff and maybe come up with a list of couples that are trusted and you have some knowledge of them, and you could do a personal invite. Nonetheless, I still encourage to go wide and go deep. The reason is, part of our training modules are to help you not only recruit couples who want to become marriage mentors, but I also want to train you on how to recruit broken marriages to come forward. This is a very big deal. As a matter of fact, after I became trained and certified on many other products 15 years ago, this was absolutely missing in every one of those training products. And that is, once you've trained a team of mentors and you've spent the money and they're all ready to go, they're all excited, now what? And in all of my past training, there was nothing. There was no direction. It was almost like, hey, you're on your own, figure it out. I also discovered that one of the greatest challenges in marriage mentoring ministry is getting couples to come forward, to get mentored before it's too late. Literally, I think many of them are in Satan's grasp. And so we need to find a way to inspire and to get couples to sign up, to get help, to get mentored. That has become one of the most important steps, because it doesn't matter if you have 5, 10, or 20 couples who are trained and anxious and excited. They're like warriors, but there's no battle. There's nobody to mentor. That's a problem. So I put as much, if not more, energy in training your church how to recruit hurting marriages every year indefinitely. So I will train your staff every year indefinitely how to recruit broken marriages. I created a technique after years of struggling with this and understanding how hard it is. We've stumbled across a technique that simply works. Example, in one church on one Sunday, I had over 240 couples signed up to get help, signed up for marriage mentoring. One church, one Sunday. And every single time we use this method, we get anywhere from 15 couples in smaller churches, 10 or 15. That's awesome if you're a small church. Maybe 5 couples if you're really small. That's okay. And it goes all the way from 15 to 20, 30, 70, 80, 100, 200. And so if you're thinking right now, wow, that's way too many, Matt, we have answers to that problem. I would rather have a waiting list of couples getting into the program, and all my mentors are busy and active and hitting home runs and Jesus is getting all the glory. I'd rather have that scenario than 10 mentor couples sitting over here with nobody to mentor. So recruiting mentors to come to the training is half the equation, but recruiting couples to get mentored is the other half, and I would argue it's even more important, because that's where the battle is the greatest. And they're in a spiritual warfare. We need to grab a hold of them and pull them out of Satan's grasp. So that's all in my training modules. Once a church purchases the program, I spend hours with you and your staff. Exactly how are we recruiting broken marriages every year? I have a church I can refer you to. You can talk to them. I think they're mentoring somewhere between 150 and 250 couples every year in their church. I know it's a large church, but that's a lot of activity. And it doesn't happen accidentally. You've got to have a strategy, and it must be assertive, and I would even argue borderline aggressive. And that's what was missing in so many of the past training programs that I took, is they did not have any strategy for the church. They just said, here's the training, good luck. So that's our segment for today. I look forward to seeing you in the next one, which is focused on our online survey. I'm going to share some more details with you. We're going to go a little deeper on what it is and how you can use it. I'll see you then.